Have you ever said something and immediately regretted it? Words are not just sounds, they reflect your intelligence, values, and how others perceive you. A truly intelligent person not only knows what to say but also when to stay silent. In today's video, we will explore 6 things that intelligent people never say, inspired by Stoic philosophy, a mindset that helps you control your speech, avoid mistakes, and build stronger relationships. From avoiding bragging about knowledge, not denying mistakes, to not making empty promises, each lesson will help you become a wiser and more composed version of yourself. Let's uncover the verbal habits of great minds and apply them to our daily lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on more valuable content. Lesson 1: Avoid bragging about knowledge, a true sign of intelligence. We've all met people who love to showcase their intelligence in every conversation. They constantly talk about what they know, their achievements, and the books they've read. At first, their knowledge may seem impressive, but over time, admiration can turn into distance. Why does this happen? The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nature does not boast about what it creates, and neither should we brag about our intellect. A tree does not announce that it is growing, and the sun does not boast about shining." Similarly, a truly intelligent person lets their actions and achievements speak for themselves. The story of John, when bragging backfires. Imagine meeting John, a highly skilled tech expert working at a top company. He has extensive knowledge of programming, artificial intelligence, and cutting-edge technologies. Whenever he joins a conversation, he frequently brings up his big projects, certifications, and the famous people he has worked with. Initially, his colleagues admire him, but soon, they begin to feel that he is more interested in showing off than genuinely sharing. One day, a colleague candidly tells him, "John, we know you're very talented, but sometimes, we just want a normal conversation, not a presentation about your achievements." John is taken aback. He realizes that in his effort to impress others, he has unintentionally created distance. Instead of earning admiration, he has made his colleagues feel overshadowed. From that moment on, John changes his approach. He listens more, talks less about himself, and spends time truly understanding others. The surprising result: people start seeking him out for advice. His knowledge is still appreciated, but now, he is valued even more for his humility and sincerity. Why do intelligent people avoid bragging? Bragging can make others feel judged or inferior. True knowledge is demonstrated through actions, not words. Humility helps build stronger, long-lasting relationships. The most intelligent people are often better listeners than talkers. How to show your intelligence without bragging. Prove your expertise through action. If you're skilled in a field, help others, share insights naturally, and add value instead of simply talking about it. Ask instead of tell. Instead of listing your accomplishments, engage in meaningful conversations by asking others about their perspectives. Acknowledge that no one knows everything. There is always something to learn from others, even those with less experience. Final thought: true intelligence is not measured by the amount of knowledge you share, but by how you use it to create value for others. By practicing humility and listening more, you won't just become wiser, you'll also earn the respect and admiration of those around you. Lesson 2: Never dismiss others' ideas, a true mark of intelligence. Have you ever felt frustrated when someone shared an idea that seemed impractical to you? Or have you ever instantly dismissed someone's opinion just because it didn't align with your own? While it might seem trivial, quickly rejecting others' ideas can have serious consequences. It can make people feel undervalued, discourage innovation, and prevent you from discovering new perspectives. Whenever someone shares their thoughts, they expect respect and consideration. If their ideas are dismissed outright, they may stop contributing and lose confidence in the work environment or relationship. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You cannot learn what you think you already know." A truly intelligent person never assumes they have all the answers. They understand that even seemingly impractical ideas can contain valuable insights. The story of David, a missed opportunity. David, a technology executive, was leading a meeting when a young employee suggested a new workflow improvement. Within seconds, David cut him off. "That idea won't work. We've been doing it this way for years, and it works fine." The room fell silent. The employee, feeling dismissed, didn't say another word. The rest of the team, seeing what happened, also lost enthusiasm to share their ideas. David believed he had saved time by rejecting an unworkable idea, but what he didn't realize was that he had just created an environment where people feared speaking up. A week later, David discovered that a competitor had implemented a similar idea, significantly improving their efficiency. It was at that moment he realized, his impatience had cost him a valuable opportunity. Why intelligent people never dismiss others' ideas. Different perspectives lead to innovation. Dismissing ideas discourages teamwork and trust. Even flawed ideas can contain valuable insights. Listening fosters collaboration and stronger relationships. How to train yourself to listen and evaluate ideas objectively. Pause before reacting. When you hear an idea that seems impractical, don't reject it immediately. Take a moment to reflect before forming an opinion. Ask instead of dismissing. Instead of saying, "That won't work," try asking, "Can you explain how you see this working?" Be open to being wrong. No one is always right. A smart person is willing to adjust their viewpoint when presented with solid reasoning. Acknowledge and appreciate contributions. Even if you disagree with an idea, show appreciation for the effort behind it. This creates a positive environment where people feel encouraged to share. Final thought. One of the defining traits of a truly intelligent person is openness to different viewpoints. When you listen rather than dismiss, you not only show respect but also unlock opportunities to learn and grow. Next time someone shares an idea that contradicts your own, ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" This mindset will help you become a wiser, more adaptable thinker, one who thrives in any professional or personal environment. Lesson 3: Avoid pointless complaints, a true sign of intelligence. We've all complained at some point about heavy workloads, uncooperative colleagues, or traffic that makes us late. Expressing frustration can sometimes provide temporary relief, but when complaining becomes a habit, it doesn't just affect your own mindset, it spreads negativity to those around you. Complaining without seeking a solution is like trying to row a boat without oars. You will keep drifting in a circle of negativity without ever moving forward. Constantly focusing on problems you can't change can make you feel helpless and out of control. The more you complain, the less energy you have to actually find a way to improve the situation. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In other words, the world around you may be chaotic, but how you respond to it is what truly shapes your life. Intelligent people do not waste time complaining about things beyond their control. They focus on adapting and making the best out of any situation. The story of Peter, the habit of complaining. Peter was a skilled employee with great potential for career growth. However, He had one major issue: he constantly complained about everything. He thought his workload was unfair. He believed his boss didn't recognize his talent. He criticized his colleagues for being irresponsible. Even small things, like the office coffee machine not working, became a source of frustration. At first, his colleagues sympathized and listened. But over time, they started avoiding him, as every conversation was filled with negativity. One day, a colleague finally confronted him. "Peter, I understand that you're frustrated. But I've never heard you suggest a solution. Do you actually want to fix things, or do you just want to keep complaining?" Peter was stunned. He realized that he had wasted so much time complaining instead of taking action. From that moment on, he decided to change. Instead of complaining about work, he improved his efficiency to prove his value to his boss. Instead of criticizing colleagues, he supported them and built stronger relationships. Instead of getting angry about the broken coffee machine, he proposed getting a new one. Within a few months, his colleagues respected him more, the work environment became more positive, and new career opportunities opened up for him faster than he had imagined. Why intelligent people avoid pointless complaints? Complaining does not solve problems. It creates a negative environment that pushes others away. Focusing on problems makes you blind to opportunities for self-improvement. Constant complaining reinforces feelings of helplessness and lack of control. How to stop complaining and take control? Ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? If there's something you can do, take action. If not, let it go. Shift from complaining to problem solving. Instead of saying, "Why doesn't my boss appreciate my work?" ask, "What can I do to demonstrate my value?" Maintain a positive perspective. Every challenge has both good and bad sides. Focus on the solutions rather than the frustrations. Limit the time you allow yourself to complain. If you must vent, set a 5-minute limit, then move on to finding a constructive approach. Final thought. Intelligent people understand that complaining without action leads nowhere. They focus on what they can control, seek solutions, and channel their energy into meaningful actions rather than wasting it on things beyond their influence. Next time you feel like complaining, pause and ask yourself, what can I do to make this better? Your answer will determine whether you remain stuck in negativity or take control and create positive change in your life. Lesson 4, Never make empty promises, the key to building trust. Making promises is easy with just a few words. We can make someone happy, create a good impression, or avoid an awkward situation. But if we fail to keep our word, those promises gradually erode our credibility and the respect others have for us. A truly intelligent person understands that the value of a promise is not in how it is spoken but in how it is fulfilled. There is a simple truth: every time you break a promise, people trust you a little less. At first, they may be understanding. But if it happens repeatedly, eventually, even when you genuinely intend to keep your word, they will no longer believe you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Let your words be plain and true." This means don't promise just to please others, only say what you truly intend and are capable of doing. The story of Greg, when promises lose their meaning. Greg was a successful middle-aged man with a demanding career. He always wanted to keep people around him happy, his family, friends, and colleagues. So, he had a habit of making promises easily. To his wife and kids, "We'll go on a trip this weekend." To his boss, "I'll have the report ready by tomorrow morning." To his friends, "Let's definitely meet up soon." But in reality, Greg often failed to follow through. Work got too busy, reports weren't finished on time, and his schedule was too packed to meet up with friends. At first, people forgave him, understanding his workload. But over time, disappointment grew. His wife and children stopped expecting weekend trips because they knew they wouldn't happen. His colleagues stopped trusting him with important tasks because he often missed deadlines. His friends started distancing themselves, feeling that his promises were empty words rather than real commitments. Then one day, Greg found a small note from his daughter on his desk. "Dad, we don't need you to promise anymore. We just need you to do what you say." That message hit him hard. Greg realized that breaking promises not only disappointed others but also weakened the relationships he valued most in life. Why intelligent people never make empty promises. Breaking promises damages your credibility. A promise without action makes others lose trust in you. Disappointing others repeatedly leads to emotional stress and regret. A fulfilled promise is worth more than 100 empty ones. How to avoid making empty promises and build trust. Think before you promise. Before committing to something, ask yourself, do I truly have the time, ability, and resources to do this? If the answer is uncertain, it's better not to promise at all. Set realistic expectations. Instead of saying, "I'll definitely have it done by tomorrow," say, "I will try to have it done by tomorrow, but if I need more time, I'll let you know." This way, you maintain credibility without creating false expectations. Under-promise and over-deliver. One of the best ways to build a strong reputation is to promise less and do more. If you promise to finish a task in 3 days but complete it in 2, you will exceed expectations and earn respect. If you can't keep a promise, be honest. Everyone encounters obstacles sometimes. If you can't fulfill a commitment, don't ignore it or make excuses. Instead, be upfront. "I apologize for not meeting the deadline. I will reorganize and complete it as soon as possible." Honesty preserves trust even when mistakes happen. Final thought. A truly intelligent person values keeping their word more than making grand promises. They don't say things just to please others, but instead, commit only when they are certain they can follow through. Next time you are about to make a promise, ask yourself, am I sure I can keep this? Because a promise fulfilled enhances your reputation, while an empty promise weakens your worth in the eyes of others. Lesson 5, Never deny mistakes, a mark of intelligence and trustworthiness. Everyone makes mistakes. It could be a bad decision at work, an unintended hurtful remark, or a rushed action that leads to negative consequences. When faced with failure, many people's first instinct is to make excuses, blame circumstances, or shift responsibility onto others. However, this does not solve the problem, it only erodes trust and hinders personal growth. One of the most crucial skills in life is taking responsibility for your actions. People don't judge you by how many mistakes you make, but by how you handle them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly accept the truth." This means that no one is perfect, and truly intelligent people do not fear being corrected. Instead, they see mistakes as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. The story of a leader who admitted his mistake. James was the CEO of a tech company. He was known for his vision and decisiveness, often making bold business decisions. One day, he decided to change the company's strategy based on instinct, ignoring the advice of his executive team. Months later, the strategy failed to produce results. The company not only failed to grow but also faced financial difficulties. Employees began to question James's leadership, and trust in his decision-making started to decline. At this moment, James had two choices. Deny responsibility, blaming the market, customers, or his team. Take full ownership of the mistake and work on a solution. James chose the second option. In a company-wide meeting, he openly admitted, "I made a mistake. I rushed into a decision without fully considering all perspectives. This has impacted the company and all of you. I take full responsibility and am committed to working with everyone to find a better solution." The reaction was unexpected. Instead of criticizing him, employees respected him even more for his honesty. Senior executives felt more comfortable contributing ideas, knowing their leader wasn't too proud to listen. The company quickly adjusted its strategy, and through teamwork, they recovered from the setback and achieved better results. Why intelligent people never deny mistakes? Denying mistakes doesn't make them disappear. If you made a mistake but refuse to admit it, the issue remains. You might hide it temporarily, but it will eventually be exposed. People lose trust in you. If you constantly make excuses and blame others, colleagues, friends, and family will stop trusting you. They will hesitate to work or collaborate with someone who never takes responsibility. You lose opportunities to learn and grow. Admitting mistakes allows you to identify the root cause, make corrections, and improve. If you deny them, you will likely repeat the same errors in the future. How to own up to mistakes and grow from them. White heavy check mark. Pause and reflect before reacting defensively. Ask yourself, what role did I play in this mistake? White heavy check mark. Take responsibility quickly. Don't wait for others to point it out, acknowledge it yourself. People respect those who own their actions. White heavy check mark. Focus on solutions, not excuses. Instead of saying, "It wasn't my fault," say, "This happened, so here's how I will fix it." White heavy check mark. Learn from every mistake. Every failure holds a lesson. Those who acknowledge and analyze their mistakes become wiser and more resilient. Final thought. Everyone makes mistakes, but how you respond determines whether you are seen as a mature, trustworthy person or not. Next time you make an error, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Because admitting mistakes is not a sign of weakness, it is proof of confidence and responsibility. And that is what makes a person truly intelligent and respected by others. Lesson 6. Don't reveal too much about your future plans. Actions speak louder than words. When we have an exciting idea or goal, it's natural to feel eager to share it with friends, colleagues, or family. But does talking too much about future plans actually help? Or does it create pressure, potential disappointment, and even damage your credibility if you fail to follow through? Psychological studies have shown that talking about goals too soon can reduce the motivation to achieve them. When you share your ambitions, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that creates a sense of achievement. This can trick your mind into feeling like you've already accomplished something, reducing the drive to actually complete it. Furthermore, if you fail to achieve what you announced, you may experience self-doubt, disappointment, and a loss of confidence, not to mention how others might perceive you. The story of Jim, the habit of overpromising. Jim was a friendly and social person who loved saying yes to every invitation. Whenever his friends invited him to events, he would enthusiastically agree. "Absolutely. I'll be there for sure." But in reality, Jim often cancelled plans at the last minute. Sometimes he was too busy, other times he felt too tired, or he simply lost interest. At first, his friends understood and forgave him. But after multiple cancellations, they began losing trust in his words. One day, During a gathering, a friend told him directly, "Jim, you don't have to say yes if you're not sure. We'd rather hear a clear no upfront than be disappointed later." At that moment, Jim realized that agreeing just to please others had no real value if he wasn't committed to following through. From that day forward, Jim changed his approach. If he wasn't sure about a plan, he would say, "I'll check my schedule and get back to you." If he knew he couldn't attend, he was honest about it from the start. When he did commit, he made sure to follow through instead of canceling at the last moment. After a while, his friends began trusting him again. People no longer saw him as someone who made empty commitments, but rather as someone whose word actually meant something. Why intelligent people don't talk too much about their future plans. Talking about goals too soon can reduce motivation to achieve them. If you fail to deliver, you create unnecessary pressure and disappointment. Overpromising and underdelivering damages credibility. Keeping plans private gives you more flexibility and control. How to maintain control without oversharing. Let your actions speak for you. Instead of talking about what you plan to do, focus on actually doing it first. Only commit when you are certain. If you're unsure, say, "I'm considering it, but I'll confirm later." Prioritize quality over quantity. It's better to do fewer things well than to commit to many things and disappoint others. Stay adaptable. By not making premature commitments, you allow yourself the flexibility to adjust without letting people down. Final thought. Intelligent people understand that words mean nothing without action. They don't rush to share every goal, they focus on execution instead. Next time you feel the urge to announce a big plan, ask yourself, "Am I truly committed to this?" Because staying silent and taking action will always be more powerful than talking too much and doing nothing. Conclusion: the power of words. Words have more power than we realize. They can build trust and strengthen relationships, or they can create disconnection and loss of credibility. Truly intelligent people not only know what to say but also when to remain silent and when to take action. Remember, avoid bragging about knowledge. True intelligence doesn't need to be proven. Don't dismiss others' ideas. Openness leads to growth. Stop pointless complaining, it doesn't solve anything. Never make empty promises. Credibility is built on follow-through. Own up to mistakes. Accountability earns respect. Don't overshare future plans. Actions always speak louder than words. If you want to be a truly wise and respected person, let your actions do the talking. Because in the end, the smartest person isn't the one who speaks the most, but the one who speaks wisely and turns words into real value. Thank you for watching. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.